Today we discuss on a topic compound interest. Now we see the examples. Find the compound interest on 8,000 rupees at 50% for 2 years 4 months if the compound interest is calculated annually. If the compound interest is calculated annually. Here 2 years 4 months. Then 4 months is converted into 4 months is converted into year, that is 4 by 12, that is 1 by 3 years, 1 by 3 years. Then we write 1 by 3 years. So then we find the amount after amount. We find the amount. Now amount is equal to 8,000 into 50% for 2 years and next 4 months is 1 by 3. Now here write 115 divided by 100 into 115 divided by 100. Here third month is not complete. That is third month is 3 year. Now 3 into 15. That is 5. We added 5 into 100. Then 105 divided by 100. 105 divided by 100. If you calculate, we get the value of amount. We get the value of amount. Then now here we get calculation of these two. 23 into 21. 384 multiple by 23. Now your amount is 11,109. Now if you subtract the principal from this amount, we get the compound interest. Then compound interest here is equal to 1109 minus your compound principal is 8,000. We get the compound interest. Now here subtraction of these two is 3109. Then your value is 3109. 3109. Now next. What is the compound interest on sum of rupees 8,000 for 2 and 1 by 8 years at the rate of 16% per annum? Interest rate compounded yearly. Now here we find the compound interest on 8,000 rupees for years to 1 by 8 years. Now 1 by 8 years. Here we write, firstly we find amount is equal to 8,000 rupees into A compounded by 60%. 160 into 100 into 116 into 100. Now here third year is not complete. Third year is not complete. Then we write 1 upon 80 into 16. That is 102. Here 2. 102 divided by 100. If we calculate this value, we get amount. If we calculate this, we get amount. Now here solve this. Now here we take the multiplication and divided by 1000. We take the multiplication or division. Or we take only cross multiplication and we divide it by 100. Now we get multiplication 8 into 102, 8 into 102 is 860 into 116. Now here we multiply by 116. Plus 6, 5, 6, 4, 9. So plus 6, 5, 6, 4, 9. We get addition of this. Now here we write here 6, 9, 6, 9. 2 is 0. Now here this is the multiplication divided by 1000 rupees, 1000. Now here we your amount is 1980.96, 10,980.6. There are 3 decimals. Now here we get subtraction of these two. Now here we get subtraction of these two. This is your amount. Amount is 96. 1000. Here 0. Your amount is 10,980.09 minus your principal. Now here we get subtraction 0.0892. Now your answer is 2980.09. This is your answer. The compound interest on sum of 7,500 at 24% per annum for a 3 month. If the interest compound monthly is, now here your principal is 7,500 rupees. Now here compounded monthly means here monthly, then 1 year means 12 months divided by 1 monthly. Here factor is 12. Now here for 3 months. Now here time duration, we find time duration 3 months. 3 months means 3 by 12 years. 3 by 12 years, and we will multiply this by 12. Now you get 3 years or 3 terms. Time is 3 years or 3 terms. Now here your interest rate is, your rate of interest is 24 divided by this factor 12. Now here 2%. Now here 2%. We calculate this value. We firstly calculate the amount. Then we write 7,500 into 2%, that is 102 divided by 100 into 102 divided by 100 into 102 divided by 100. If you calculate, now you get answer. 0 get cancelled. Now here we take multiplication, we get the compounded value of compound interest. We take multiplication, we get the value of compound interest. 3 into 51 into 51 into 102. 3 into 102 is 306, and square of 51 into 51. 51 into 51. Now here we get the multiplication of this. We get 51 into 51. Into 306. 12 into 306. We get multiplication. Plus 609,597. Now here 795,906 divided by 100. Divided by 100, and here divided by 100. Now here your answer is 7959.06. If you subtracted from 7,500, subtracted 7,500 from this, 7,500 from this, we get the compound interest. This is your answer. 459.06. 459.06. Now next. The principal amount of 30,000 is borrowed at compound interest, compounded annually at the rate of 7% per annum. What will be the amount after 2 years? What will be the amount after 2 years? Now you find firstly we find the interest rate for 2 years or amount after 2 years. Here we write, or you calculate the interest by formula 2:1. Now here your amount is 30,000. We get 70% of 30,000, and right here we get 7% of 30,000. 7% of 30,000. Then it is 2100. Now here we get then another 7% of 2,100. Then it is 147. Now here your total interest is 4200 and 147. We get this addition of these two, we get the total interest. Now your total interest is 4200 plus 147. We get addition Now your interest is 4347. If you added this interest on 30,000, we get 34,347. We get 34,347. This is your the amount. This is your amount. This method is simple for calculate the interest rate. A person took a loan of 10,000 at the compound interest at the rate of 20% per annum. If the interest compounded is half yearly, what will be the amount paid after 1 year? Now here interest compounded half yearly, for that is for 6 months. Then 12 divided by 2, 6 is 2. This is your factor. Then your principal is 10,000. Your principal is 10,000. Then rate of interest is equal to 20 divided by 2. That is 10%. Rate of interest is 10%. And your time duration is 1 into 2. That is 2 years. That is 2 years. Your time duration is 2 years. Now you calculate the interest on 10,000 rupees at a 10% for 2 years. You will write 2 as to 1. Now here 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. Then 10% of 1,000 is 100. Then take multiplication and get addition. This is 2,000 plus 100. Your total interest is 2,100. Now here if we added 2,100 into 10,000, that is 12,100. Now here compound your amount is 12,100. If you added 2,100 into 10,000, you get 12,100 rupees. This is your answer. 20,000 is lent for 1 year at a compound interest compounded annually at the rate of 18% per annum. If the interest compounded half yearly, then how much interest will be received? Now here your principal is 20,000 compounded annually at the rate of 18% per annum. If the interest of compounded half yearly, then how much interest will receive? Now here firstly we find principal is 20,000, time duration is 1 year, at 18%, then your interest by these values, your first interest 20,000 into 1 into 18 divided by 100, 18%. Now your interest is 3,600. Your interest is 3,600. Now here, if it compounded half yearly, then rate of interest is equal to 18 divided by factor. Half yearly means by 6. Then your interest is 9% and your time duration is 2 years. Your time duration is 1 into 2, that is 2 years. Your time duration is 2 years and interest is half of this and time duration is double. Then now you calculate the interest. Here 20% we get 20%, 20,000 into 9% of 20,000. 1800. We get 9% of 18,000. 162. Now here total interest by this scheme is third, that is, now here firstly interest is 3600, and now by second condition your interest is 3762. Now here we get subtraction of these two, we get the extra amount or receive amount. Now extra amount is 162. Your extra amount is 1162. This is your answer. Now next, if the compound interest on sum of 8000 for first and second year compounded annually is 8, for first year is 800 and for second year is 880 respectively, then find the rate of interest. Now here compound interest for 2 years. Now here this is the, here come first yearly interest at the first year, and the gap between the interest of these two here come here. Now here 80 is how many percent of 800? 80 is how many percent of 800? X is equal to 80 divided by 8. Now your answer is 10%. Your answer is 10%. Your answer is 10%. Or we calculate by formula minus 800 divided by 800 into 100. Now here we subtraction of these two is 80 into 800 into 0 0 0 0 get cancelled. Now your answer is 10. This is your answer. Now your interest rate is 10%. Now next, the interest compounded on the sum of money for first year is 600 and second year is 660. Find the annual rate of interest. Here directly we write 6 minus 600 divided by 600 into 100. Now here we take subtraction. These two divided by 600 into 100. Now here 0 0 0 0 get cancelled. Remain is 10%. Now your answer is 10%. Your answer is 10%. Now here or also we write for 2 years. Here this is the simple interest for first year. Now here 2 years interest is here we write 600, or difference between these two interests is here. Now here 60 is how many percent of 600? 600 into x divided by 100 is equal to 60. Sorry, 60. Now here 0 get cancelled. X is equal to 60 upon 6. That is 10%. Now here interest rate is 10%. Your interest rate is 10%.